to go to the Lord once and again, to always inquire of the Lord, this thing that I am doing, are you happy with it? As many as are led by the Spirit of God, they are the sons of God. We must always be sure at every point in time that our lives is moving in sync with what the Lord wants. Are we together now? There is a burden in the heart of God this season as touching the emergence of sons who will truly meet the needs in his heart. Tell your neighbor, God has a need in his heart. And he's in search of those who will truly meet that need pertaining to his kingdom. John 4 verse 23 says, but the hour cometh, and now is, when the worshippers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. For the Father seeketh such to worship him. People who will worship him in spirit and then in truth. And I learned that when you're talking about worshiping God in spirit, we are looking at you building intimacy. So the crux of this message is that every one of us here should go back to the place of intimacy with God. Because it's only at the place of intimacy that you can hear his voice and direction for your life. Only at the place of intimacy that God can check you and you can discover the things that you are doing wrong and the things that you are meant to be doing, and then you can readjust. God is always waiting for his children at the place of intimacy, in the secret place. If you worship the Father in spirit, if you build a relationship with God, if you develop an intimate relationship with God, the implication of it is that you will serve him in truth, which is in practicality. So the truth is an offshoot and a byproduct of your intimacy with God. You cannot serve God in truth. You cannot serve God practically. You cannot serve him acceptably, except as you first build intimacy with him in spirit. Then his spirit can lead you to serve him the way he wants. Have you not wondered why God will speak and say, Moses, I want you to build this tabernacle? And if you read down, you see God giving specifications down to centimeter. That is to show you that the God we serve is very, very specific about the kind of service we are meant to render to him. But what do we see in our world today? We see people serving God and they think they are doing God a favor. They are not even looking at whether the service they are rendering to God, if it is what God wants. Many people are serving God believing that it is what he should want. Are we together? They are serving God believing that it is what God should want. It is what God should like. Meanwhile, the service that Mr. A is rendering to God, because that is the instruction he received from God. If you go ahead and you begin to pursue the same thing, it can be that God wants you to do something else. So that day will come. That one we hear, well done, that good and faithful servant. But to you, you can just enter into your rest. But you did not do what I called you to do. And you say, but when I was doing it, there was supposedly impact. Lives were being transformed. Lives were being blessed. But that thing you were doing, that lives are being blessed, is not an accurate measure that God is happy with what you are doing. He says here that is in need and is desirous of those who will meet him, who understand that there are specific expectations the Lord has for them in their service to him, and they humble themselves to seek that instruction from God. They humble themselves to seek it. Psalm 25 verse 9 says, the meek will he guide in judgment, and the meek will he teach his way. If you are humble enough to go to God to ask him questions, he will answer you. If you are meek at heart and you always seek to know, what exactly does the master expect of me? God will give you directions concerning that. At every point in time, even as humans, we were created in his image. There are some times where you want something, and there are other times where you truly need something. For instance, you might be desirous of, maybe they know you that you like beans per se, like Pastor Uche, for example. You like eating beans, yeah? But that particular day, you began to crave swallow, which we don't know you for. But that is what you are craving. That is what you desire. And then you call, Pastor Uche calls, picks up the phone and maybe calls me. I'm going to go and buy me.